Welcome to the Gus Salva Perspective, a videocast that promotes a mindset of gratitude and abundance over a mindset of fear and scarcity, opposing themes that can enhance or diminish our very existence. The theme that I'd like to address today is that of being an advocate. Now, this may seem like an unusual theme to you, but as a psychiatrist, many of the conditions that I treat require advocating for patients. From those individuals beset by memory problems, where the individual may become prey to predatory practices from unscrupulous individuals, as well as age bigotry taking sway and not providing for appropriate aids to counter memory decline, because the perception is that these patients are unable to advocate for themselves due to their memory impediment. To individuals with psychotic illnesses who lack insight and judgment and thus are unlikely to get the care and the attention needed to ease their suffering. Have you ever encountered a situation where you needed to advocate for either yourself or someone else? Advocating for yourself and others involves actively and assertively expressing one's needs, rights, and interests while also supporting the well-being of those around them. Effective advocacy requires clear communication, empathy, and a commitment to positive change. Through this videocast, I'd like to speak about principles that aid in effective self-advocacy and advocacy for others. First, let's explore self-advocacy. The first thing that obviously we should always be aware of is knowing one's rights. This applies in different contexts, whether it's at work, in relationships, or within a community. This knowledge forms the foundation for effective self-advocacy and delineates what one is after. Assertive communication is also very important. We should be able to express our needs, our boundaries, and our concerns in a respectful and confident manner. When we utilize I statements, that helps in avoiding sounding accusatory and focuses on one's own feelings and experiences. It's very important that we build confidence, recognizing one's strengths and achievements. Confidence is obviously essential for advocating for oneself, and acknowledging one's worth can help in navigating challenges more effectively. When we seek support, that means that we're surrounding ourselves with a supportive network of friends, family, mentors who might be able to offer guidance or encouragement and feedback. And having a strong support system might be able to bolster our confidence further. Now, setting boundaries is also very, very important. When we define limits and we communicate those to others, this helps in establishing a healthy balance between our needs and the demands of others. Now, having tackled that situation of how we should be advocating for ourselves, let's take a look at how we might be able to advocate for others. This is a bigger arena that I've been involved with when it comes down to patients marginalized by the stigma associated with psychiatric illness. And what I've found is that there are certain principles that we should keep in mind when we advocate for others. And what I'd like to do is share those with you. The very first thing is obviously actively listening to someone. When we understand the concerns and needs of others, we do so through active listening without judgment. This creates a foundation for effective advocacy, and it shows empathy. Another very important thing is amplification. Now, as a psychiatrist, I'll give you an example. In my professional or group setting, when we amplify voices of others, especially if they're being overlooked or marginalized, say a patient with schizophrenia that's not necessarily receiving the care that they should be receiving, that ensures that different perspectives are being heard and respected collectively. Education and information are super important because when we share information and resources to raise awareness about issues that affect others, that helps tremendously. Education is a powerful tool for advocacy as it helps people understand the challenges and potential solutions. Collaboration obviously is super important because as we collaborate with a group, obviously a group is going to be more powerful than just having a single voice. Now, as a psychiatrist, again, sometimes there are really poor perceptions that are out there in the public domain. One of those is that everybody with schizophrenia is inherently violent, and that's an injustice. And when we speak up against injustices, that helps out because when we challenge discriminatory practices and speak out against injustice, that actually helps in advocating for fairness and equality. By being empathetic, we help with understanding the experiences and emotions that others feel. Empathy is a crucial element of effective advocacy as it fosters a genuine connection and a shared commitment to positive change. Now, obviously, this entire video cast is earmarked to take a look at our mindset of gratitude and abundance. And that, by the way, is in step with effective advocacy. Remember, this is an ongoing process which requires perseverance and adaptability. By advocating for ourselves and for others, we contribute mightily to creating a just environment and evoking a greater sense of contribution within the community that we're a part of. The topic today revolved around being an advocate. And so I remind you of that, and I thank you for joining us today on the Gus Alpha Perspective, a forum built to educate and inspire a desire for additional information from a psychiatric point of view. Have an invigorating rest of the day.